So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we are finally back with another prospect rebuild. I know it has been a minute, my apologies, and it is Alex Sarr to the Washington Wizards. It seemed like it was trending that Alex Sarr was going to be the #1 pick for quite some time. The Atlanta Hawks obviously got very lucky in the draft lottery. They landed that #1 overall pick and then did not draft Alex Sarr. They take Zachary Rizachet, #1 overall. Seemed like Alex Sarr's agent didn't really want him in Atlanta for whatever reason. I'm not going to speculate on that, but the Washington Wizards obviously got a little bit lucky at 2. Many people believe he is the best player in the draft class, and he's going to be the face of this franchise moving forward. This is a Wizards team that has not really been competitive since the John Wall days. Finally entering a full-scale rebuild. It is going to be a very, very long road, and today we have that 5-year prospect rebuild. I'm very excited about this one today. Of course, the 5-year rebuilds give us a little bit more time to let young players develop. We don't have to panic as much and move as quickly. We can sit back, relax a little bit, and see where these things kind of take us down the road. So very much looking forward to this one today. Of course, I know this is only our second one, and the draft was, 2+ weeks ago? My apologies about that. I just got caught up in free agency and trades and all those sorts of things. So let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. Yes, we will, of course, be doing more 5-year prospect rebuilds. Let me know which ones you want to see. Let's get into this one. So as you can see, we are here at the start of the 2024-2025 NBA season, and as I'm sure many of you are aware, I was not a huge fan of the way the last couple of files were working in terms of the shared scenarios. Again, I very much appreciate all the hard work that these people do to put in and update these rosters, because 2K refuses to do it for whatever reason, but there was just something a little bit off about that last one. So here today, we're testing out a new one. This shared scenario is at the start of the 24-25 season. The rosters are accurate, though. I tweaked some settings a little bit back to where it should hopefully be, and hopefully, anyways, we're going to be back kind of where things are, or at least supposed to be. Let's talk about this roster. This is a Wizards team that is obviously not very good. They have the #2 overall pick for a reason, and this is a group that in all likelihood is not going to be good again next year. Let's get into it. Let's talk here about the point guard spot. Malcolm Brogdon was traded from the Portland Trail Blazers for Denny Avdia over here to the Washington Wizards. I have a strong feeling that Malcolm Brogdon will not be spending an entire season in DC, whether or not he's traded before the start of the season, if not around the deadline. It would just be an incredibly wasted opportunity if the Wizards don't take advantage of maybe moving him to some sort of contending team. Jordan Poole has certainly had some ups and downs in his career. He was fantastic with the Warriors in that 2022 championship run, got a big fat contract extension, got punched in the fucking head, and then pretty much fell off a cliff in terms of play style. So I'm not a huge fan of the contract. I think that's rather obvious. I'm not a huge fan of the player. I'm not really sure what we're going to do with him here today, because I want to play our young guys. Young guy #1, Bob Carrington, 14th overall pick out of Pittsburgh. Very excited to see what he can do for this team here today. I think the sky is kind of the limit for him. I love that size at 6'5". We're pumped to see what he can do for this team. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I might start him on day one. I really might. We suck. We're not competing for championships. Why the hell would I start a Malcolm Brogdon or a Jordan Poole, where we already kind of know what these players are? You got Jared Butler here as well, 24 years of age. Certainly an optional rotational piece for us. Not saying he's going to get minutes. I'm not saying he's not going to get minutes. Just kind of depends how things kind of shake out for us here. Shooting guard spot. Couple different names here. Corey Kispert, Bilal Coulibaly, Keyshawn George, and Johnny Davis. All options for us. All guys I think deserve to get minutes. Now, there's a strong possibility that maybe I play one of these guys at the backup 3. If you look at the size of all these players, 6'6", 6'9", 6'8", and then Johnny Davis, there's certainly a lot of upside with many of these players. So I do want to get the majority of the minutes. Johnny Davis, I said this in a video the other day, has just kind of turned out to be one of those old-fashioned busts that just isn't good at anything, right? Like if you look at a lot of the players today that are taken relatively high overall, like Johnny Davis was in the lottery at #10, you don't really see a strength in his game very much. And I don't know, man. I said it the other day. I do believe that if he maybe went to a team that was, a little bit better than the Wizards, maybe a little bit of better development program, maybe he turns into something else. We're not really sure what we're going to do with him here today. Kyle Kuzma is a player who has had interest from a lot of teams, it seems like, and the Wizards just haven't moved him yet. They re-signed him to a contract extension. I believe it was last offseason, but, he's pushing 30, obviously already an NBA champion. I think he's somebody that would be better suited on a contending team. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying, he's never going to lead this team to a championship. Let's be honest with each other. So I think he's better suited somewhere else. We'll see. Justin Champagnie here as well, 23 years old. Maybe can be a backup. I don't really know. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm 100% sold on him. Obviously, the man of the hour, Alex Sarr, got him number 2 overall. He's at a 78 overall right now. They have him listed as playing the power forward spot. That's honestly fine by me because there are certainly some center options on this team. But whether or not he's playing the 4 or the 5, it doesn't matter. He's going to start, going to eat up a lot of minutes because I want him to develop as much as possible. And in the center spot, what a random signing Jonas Valanciunas to the Wizards was. You know, I don't hate the contract at all. It's very, very good value, but it feels like a deal Valanciunas maybe could have got somewhere else with a contending group. I don't know, say the Lakers or something. So I don't know. I don't really love like the timeline of it, but I mean, good for Valanciunas for getting a bag. You're never going to hate on a man for doing that. You got Marvin Bagley here. You got Tristan, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Vukcevic. Probably butchering it, but only 21 years old, was a second-round pick last year in 2023, and we'd certainly like to unlock a lot of that potential if it is there. And then Richaun Holmes as well, who I believe actually got a pretty hefty payday from the Washington Wizards. So that's the team. It's not good. We're not going to sugarcoat it. We're going to suck for at least the first season, maybe even 2, and we'll go from there. But this is typically the spot where I would go ahead in the offseason and get into some trades. Obviously, we're not in the offseason right now. Well, we are in real life, not here in 2K. So let's get some of those moves in right now. I can tell that we're kind of back to the old, way the 2K is supposed to be set up just from some of the trade offers that I've been getting. We're going to do this one here with the Miami Heat. I have a lot better offers, but I'm not going to take them because although this is not a realistic rebuild, I don't want to just rip teams off, and I also don't want to be competitive in year 1. So Malcolm Brogdon going to Miami. I'll just show you guys some of the other offers I would have probably taken. I would have maybe liked this one here with the Jazz, although I didn't love giving up a draft pick. This one here with the Kings was another one I did consider. This one here with the Magic, it was very, very strongly considered. Only reason I didn't do this is because I want to get Carrington as many minutes as possible. And Cole Anthony, of course, only 24 years old. I think there's still a lot of room for him to grow there. So, Jakob Poeltl would have been a fine option. And then some of these later ones like Jaden McDaniels, kind of crazy. We can just basically do a 1-for-1 swap. Rob Will over on the Portland Trailblazers. So we're doing the one with the Miami Heat. I mean, it feels like Miami has just kind of stood pat this offseason for whatever goddamn reason. Well, they probably stood pat because of Pat. And we're making a deal right here with Miami. We're getting a draft pick in 2029. Duncan Robinson, I don't know if he'll be in the rotation or not, but that's our first trade. This is kind of a random trade and not really one that makes any other sense besides for the fact that Isaiah Stewart has a few extra years on his deal. I do feel bad sending Marvin Bagley, I guess, back to Detroit, but ultimately it's a deal we're going to do because we're looking for a power forward, and really I know I can just move Bagley to the 4, but the extra years on Stewart are certainly nice. So yeah, it's a trade. It's not a crazy significant one, but it's going to give Alex Sarr a backup. And then our final trade before we kick off year 1 is going to be a deal here with the Milwaukee Bucks. It is a pretty much useless swap. The reason we are doing it, as you can see, AJ Green has an extra year of a guaranteed contract, so we will not lose him for nothing in the offseason. Whereas Jared Butler, was not even going to crack the rotation, and we probably would have let him walk. On top of that, we are getting a second-round pick. So again, it's not a trade that's going to help us out in year 1, but it is going to be a trade piece down the line. Start of year 1 for us here in DC. It is relatively obvious we are not going to be a good team, but I think we are going to be a very competitive team in about 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the hell you want to call it, years. Really not a lot of surprises in terms of the starting 5. Bub Carrington is going to start. The game actually recommends I play him 0 minutes. Unfortunately, I'm not an idiot, at least not in this game, so I'm not going to do that. You got Corey Kispert here at the 2, Kyle Kuzma at the 3. Decided not to move on from Kuzma. If he was expiring, I 100% move on from him, but ultimately he has 3 years of control left. Well, hang on to him for now. Alex Sarr playing the most minutes on this team at 34 a night. Want this young man to develop as much as humanly possible, and hopefully the surrounding core is good enough. And then Jonas Valanciunas, 31 minutes a night at our center spot. Again, just this is a confusing signing. I mean, I understand, he probably wanted to get the most money and most guaranteed money, but it's weird, and I guess I kind of have to start him. Bench unit, Coulibaly going to be my 6th man here. I want, again, to try to develop our young players as much as possible. I think him, especially from a defensive standpoint, there's a lot of upside with his size, so very excited to see what he can do here. You got Jordan Poole, who's kind of just chilling at this point. I'm not really sure what to use Jordan Poole for, and maybe a trade piece, who knows. Isaiah Stewart here is my backup power forward behind Alex Sarr. You got Tristan Vukcevic as my backup center, and then Keyshawn George as my backup small forward. I moved him. He went up 2 overall. So, yeah, that's the team. I feel bad like Duncan Robinson and Richaun Holmes are just not playing, but unfortunately it's just the reality of the way this is going to go. So I will see you guys at the end of what is likely going to be a very, very painful first season. The first season here in DC has officially come and gone, and let's just say I'm happy that it is gone. We went 13 and 69, which I guess in hindsight is probably a good thing, right? You know, if this team kind of screwed around, won 25, 30 games, something like that, we lose a good draft pick, I would have been pretty pissed. But no, we do not, and we stink, and Luka Doncic finally does get an MVP. I don't mean finally like he plays well. You get it. Alex, this is what I'm leaving here with something. I'm just going to say that. 14.5 points, 9 rebounds, about 2 assists a game, 1 steal, 2.5 blocks. We'd like to get that field goal percentage up a little bit. 3-point percentage, I mean, I get it. The guy's 7 feet tall, but, you know, if you are 7 feet, I'd hope the field goal percentage is a little higher. Oh, boy. Wemby is your D-boy. Amen Thompson, most improved. Ja Morant, clutch player of the year. Mike Malone, head coach of the Denver Nuggets. They win 57 games. All right, let's get into it. I'm assuming it is a safe bet that we are dead last. It is a safe bet. Yes, it is. Okay, let's get into the stats a little bit, see how everything kind of shook out for us on the year. It was Kyle Kuzma, Alex Sarr, Corey Kispert. Ooh, Carrington. Solid rookie campaign. About 13 points, 4.5 rebounds, 7 assists. This young man was about 43% from the field. He shot about 36.5% from 3. It's honestly not terrible. I can live with that for a rookie season for our point guard. Not like he has a lot of options to work with here. Valanciunas, Jordan Poole, Coulibaly, Stewart, Vucevic, and then George. Rebounds per game, we were led by Valanciunas, and assists was Carrington. So as we head into offseason number 1, because obviously we will not be participating in the Eastern Conference playoffs this season, it is going to be a 76ers and a Dallas Mavericks finals. And the 76ers, Joel Embiid, look at you, young man. Getting out of the second round and getting that championship. Good for you, bro. All right, player retirements. LeBron. Okay, different shared files, so different things. I'm going to override LeBron's retirement. I want LeBron one more year. Who cares? Chris Paul, you can call it, man. You spent a year with the Pistons. Let's let you go off into the sunset. All right, staff retirements. Popovich. Shite. Well, you live and you learn. CP3 enters the Hall of Fame. Jersey retirements. Draft lottery time. This is our big moment. Our first round pick is technically owned. It says Rockets. It's actually the New York Knicks, but it is protected for 1 through 10. I already checked. So wherever it is, even if it doesn't say it's our pick, it is going to be our pick. And it's at number 1. That's so fucking huge because that, my friends, is Cooper Flagg. I'm going to get this draft pick back, and I will see you guys in the draft. I just wanted to read you guys this real quick, just off Fanspo, so you know I'm not just taking my draft pick back for nothing. I'm sure many of you believe me, but just in case. Washington's first round pick to New York, protected for selections 1 through 10 in 2025 and 1 through 8 in 2026. If Washington does not convey a first round pick to New York by 26, then Washington will instead convey first round picks in 26 and 27. So yeah, that's how it works. I have no idea why the goddamn Rockets had it, but we have our pick, and Cooper Flagg is going to be a wizard. All right, staff signing. Completely forgot about this. Brian Keefe was the head coach here, correct? Feels like a great day for Mr. Stauffer. Now, I don't know if he's going to be interested, so I got to go with some backup options just in case. I see my guy Joe Mazzulla's here as well. NBA champion head coach Joe Mazzulla, I might add. Mark Daigneault as well is certainly not a bad third option. So, Stauffer? Oh, we can actually get Stauffer. I'm going to sign Stauffer instead. I mean, I haven't got him in a minute. The man obviously has perfect ratings, and cool with me. All right, let's head up to the draft. Now with the number 1 overall pick, it feels relatively obvious. Cooper Flagg has looked fantastic on the USA Select team so far against the actual, Team USA. So welcome to the team. Excited to have you. And then we do have the 4th pick in round 2. I'm actually going to go ahead and use that. I'm not going to say we're going to keep the player or they're going to be in the rotation, but I don't know. Let's just see. Carter Knox is here. Wow, he's actually the 22nd ranked prospect. According to a lot of these things. So, Carter Knox, welcome to the team. I know we have a shit ton of shooting guards, but why the hell not? All right, Cooper Flagg's an 80 overall. Carter Knox is a 71. We hit team player options. Coulibaly, yes. I am going to bring back Duncan Robinson because I think he'll be a nice trade option. Same with Rashawn Holmes, honestly, and then honestly, same with Johnny Davis. So, welcome back, the 3 of you. Justin Champagne, or excuse me, it is Justin, that is Julian, will not be getting the qualifying offer. Kispert certainly will. Same with Vucevic. I'd certainly like to retain those 2 players. So, we enter a somewhat decent free agency class. In terms of money, we don't really have a lot to spend, and that's because we actually do have some decent sized contracts on this team. I mean, you look at Jordan Poole, even Kyle Kuzma, Isaiah Stewart, and now Duncan Robinson. So certainly money is not on our side, but I think it is time to finally get into some trades. I know there's probably a pretty good chance we're not going to be a competitive team next season, but that doesn't mean we have to stop improving the roster. We're going to attempt to trade for Cade Cunningham right now. Only 23 years of age. He's an 88 overall, obviously locked up on a long-term contract. And I really think he'd be a nice player because he fits the timeline and he's really talented. So, Valanciunas, Rashawn Holmes, Duncan Robinson, not exactly the best trade package out there. I am assuming I'm going to have to include at least a few other players. How about Johnny Davis? They actually value him at 2 stars for whatever reason. You want Carter Knox at... Wow, that gets me Cade Cunningham. Okay, well, my plan is to play Carrington and Cunningham in the backcourt together. Cade is a little bit taller. Doesn't really matter. I think maybe Cade's a little bit. Actually, they both have A playmaking. It doesn't really matter which one I play at the shooting guard spot. Cade goes up in overall. What happens to Carrington? He goes up in overall as well. Yeah, I'll just move Carrington there. He's a little younger. Maybe he's a little easier to adapt to a different position. So, yeah, that's cool with me. It's going to be Cade Cunningham. Carrington's actually still going to start. We are going to bring back Corey Kispert, but I don't really... Well, where do I put Corey Kispert, right? I don't really know the answer to that question. I low-key think we could be a somewhat talented team next season. Also, I moved Sarr to the center spot. That wasn't obvious with me drafting Cooper Flagg. They're going to be my front court of the future. But you know what I do? Maybe I bring him back... But I like Coulibaly quite a bit, and I want Keyshawn George to play. Because we have time. We can let these guys develop. So, do I make a tough decision and maybe just let them walk? I don't really want to do that, but it feels like it might not be the worst idea in the world. Guy like Paul Reed, 3-year deal, is my new backup center. Also something I like. I don't love it, but I'll let him go. I forgot about Vucevic. Well, we brought in Paul Reed. He's an upgrade. Okay, well, I might not have a lot of fans in terms of the moves I just made, but I think they're moves that are going to really benefit us in the long run because, we kind of got this team all set up and ready to go. So unless I'm really doing anything else, which, I guess maybe AJ Green. Thank you very much, Philadelphia. All right, what else do I need? Nothing, right? No, there's literally nothing. I guess I will just see you guys at the start of year 2. Let me tell you, I think this team may end up being sneaky good. Now, I'm not saying we're going to actually be competing for the Eastern Conference or for the NBA Finals or anything like that, but this team on paper is pretty damn talented. We're young, but we're talented. It is Cade Cunningham, Bub Carrington, Kyle Kuzma, Cooper Flagg, and Alex Sarr. Coulibaly is up to an 82 overall, and although the game recommends I start him, he is a higher overall. I really do think him as like a defensive kind of specialist 6-man, put him in situations that kind of call for it. I think that's maybe the best use of his talents, at least for right now. You got Jordan Poole still here. Probably going to be his last year here, to be honest with you. You got Paul Reed, who we brought in as a backup center. Isaiah Stewart remains my backup power forward. And Keyshawn George, it's unfortunate he's just not playing a ton. It's just he's the lowest overall, right? And this is a team that maybe has an opportunity to be competitive right now. So this is the group. I'm excited to see what happens. Again, our first round pick this season is top 8 protected, so I think we'll probably be out of that. So that's cool with me. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. Year 2 was better than anything I could have possibly imagined. I thought there was a possibility maybe we were competitive. We were more than that. 49-33. Now that's not, a 65-win guaranteed championship season, but that is about as good as it gets after winning 13 games, being the worst team in the league last year. SGA gets his first career MVP. Cooper Flagg, it's back-to-back Rookie of the Years for us, man. This is what we've been looking for. This is why you do the 5 years, right? I know the videos are long as hell, but you get development and you get back-to-back Rookie of the Years. Okay. Wemby is your deep boy. Stephon Castle, most improved. Ja Morant, clutch player of the year. And Thibs, head coach of the New York Knicks, is your coach of the year. All right, let's get into it. Where did we fall? We're a 2 seed? God, it's kind of sad about the state of the East, but my God, I will take it. We would have been a fucking 6 seed over here in the West. It's crazy, man. Let's get into the stats a little bit. Let's see how everybody performed for us. It was Cade Cunningham, who, again, I feel like we kind of just got for like a bag of chips, right? We gave up a bunch of players that, in all honesty, probably weren't going to be playing for us next season anyways. So, yeah, very happy to have Cade here. Cooper Flagg, as a rookie, was our second leading scorer. Kyle Kuzma, Alex Sarr, Jordan Poole, Carrington, Coulibaly, Stewart Reed, and Mr. George. Rebounds per game led by Sarr, and assists was Bub Carrington. So, not only are we in the playoffs, we are facing a play-in team in round 1. That team is the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay. Dame, Pat Connaughton, Middleton, Giannis, Mitchell Robinson. I hate this spacing. I know Giannis has gotten better, but Bobby Portis here as well. Landry Shamet. Okay, here goes nothing. They're better than us. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you guys. If we lose, I would not be surprised. We're up 3-1. What is happening? What is happening? All right, we move on to the Indiana Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton versus Cade Cunningham. Andrew Nembhard is unbelievably talented. Ben Mathurin, Siakam, got Clint Capella. I don't like the Clint Capella swap out for Miles Turner. I think that ruins a lot of what the Indiana Pacers are good at. Let's get into it. Eastern Conference semifinals. Quick 2-0 lead. Are we serious right now? This is an Eastern Conference Finals team? Are we way better than I think we are? Like, just let me know in the comments. This year 2 team specifically. Is this way better than I kind of anticipated? I don't really know. Now we have a 1 seed here. It is the New York Knicks. It is a very, very talented group. They're actually starting Josh Hart instead of OG Anunoby. Interesting decision there, but this is a team with a lot of quality depth. You guys know if you watch my videos enough, I rave and rave about not only depth, but quality depth. Quickly, we go down 2-0. Quickly, we go down 3-0. We win Game 4 and Game 5. Oh my God. This is an NBA Finals team in year 2. This team won 13 fucking basketball games last season. And now we have the lineup of death here in Oklahoma City, but it is an NBA Finals trip. Oh my. There's no way. There's no fucking way. Don't do it. Don't. I should have simcasted. God damn it. All right. It's sad to go out in the finals after such a special season and special playoff run, but man, what an exciting year. And that is just a year we can kind of grow off of and develop. Look, I know I'd kind of open this video by talking about, oh, hey, I love the part of the 5-year rebuilds where, you know, you have more time to be patient, rebuild, but I didn't do anything that crazy, right? Like, we sucked year 1, got a great draft pick, got a basically generational prospect, and then traded for Cade Cunningham, a player on another team who sucks. Like, I'm not saying it's realistic, but we didn't really do a ton to this team. LeBron does finally call it a career. We obviously overrode it last year. Cannot do that again. Hall of Fame, LeBron, jersey retirements, LeBron, draft lottery time. Obviously, we're not going to have our draft pick. It was top 8 protected, which is cool with me. It is the Jazz, the Warriors, the Hawks, the 76ers, and the Lakers. Wow, the Lakers were that bad in LeBron's final year? Sad. Also, we do have, like, basically the Thanos of head coaches with perfect ratings and Mike Stauffer, so yeah, maybe that helped. All right, let's hit the draft. We do not have our first. We do have 2 seconds. Honestly, we used 1 second. Really? Nothing? This game makes no sense in the way that trades work, right? Why am I getting offered? You know what? I'm not even going to question it. No draft picks this year. Team player options. This is a thing of beauty. This is less than 1 max contract we're bringing back 4 rotation pieces on. Beautiful. All right, qualifying offers. We have nobody. Do we have any free agents? I actually don't know. I don't think we do. No free agents, but I stand by what I said. This is the end of the line with Jordan Poole, as he is going to be entering a contract year, and I'd certainly like to add somebody who's not only a little bit better, but can maybe be a little bit of a better long-term piece as well. This trade's not going to end up being a very popular decision. At least that's what my feeling is. And not because the trade's straight up, but because of what the trade is going to end up causing. It's going to cause Bub Carrington to go back to the point guard spot, and it's going to allow Bilal Coulibaly to be a starting shooting guard for us. Look, I think Bub Carrington's going to be really good in this league. I think the Wizards were one of the biggest winners out of the draft as a whole. But ultimately, I'm going to go ahead and start a player who, in all likelihood, speaking of Bilal Coulibaly, will be about an 86 overall to start next season. So we bring back Kispert. We're going to move Carrington back to the point guard spot. Again, might get a little bit of shit for it because he's also going to be going up in the overall department. But I think Kispert is a better long-term option than Jordan Poole was for us. Again, Coulibaly is going to be about an 85, 86 at the start of next season. So if it fails miserably, then I do apologize. Oh, shit, I didn't realize Kuzma is a free agent as well. Okay, now that's a bigger decision. Right? Do we hang on to Kyle Kuzma? I'm just kind of spitballing here. I'm not really sure. Well, yeah, I'm just trying to think of the players that we could. Ooh, Reza Shay's here? God, those numbers do not really excite me. All right. I just don't really know. Whoa. Now, this is something I could get behind. Wow. Okay. A lot of young players. I think I have to do this, right? It's a 2030 draft pick. I'm doing that, 100%. All right, so that doesn't change anything. It's still going to be Coulibaly in the starting 5. He's just going to be the small forward. Well, he's already up to an 85 overall. Look, the man's 6'9". He can clearly play the 3. So, yeah, wasn't expecting a trade of that magnitude. I know after, I just kind of rant and raved about how we haven't done anything that crazy. That obviously kind of changes now. But, yeah, this team's fucking insane. Last season was very special for us. We won 49 games after winning 13 the year before. We made it all the way to the NBA Finals, then unfortunately did lose in 6 games to, the really good Oklahoma City Thunder. This offseason, we made a few moves I maybe wasn't expecting. I didn't think Amen Thompson was going to become available on the trade market. Ultimately, the Houston Rockets were interested in doing a swap of him and Kyle Kuzma. I don't really know, but we brought him in, and this team has a little bit of a new look in the starting 5. A lot of defense going on here between our 2 and our 3, but this is a group that is immensely talented. I think we are better than where we were last season. I'm hoping for a 55-plus win season. I'm not going to lie to you, fellas. It is Cunningham, Thompson, Coulibaly, Flagg, and then Alex Sarr. Bench unit, I feel terrible for Bub Carrington. I really wanted to continue his development really well. Unfortunately, it's going to hinder probably just a little bit, but still getting decent minutes as a 6th man. You got Corey Kispert, who we obviously brought back. Paul Reed remains my backup center. Isaiah Stewart remains my backup 4. Keyshawn George, I feel just awful for. I feel like, we're still developing young players, just maybe not the young players that you had in mind when we open this video. This team's immensely talented. I'll see you guys at the end of year 3. LaMelo Ball, he's your MVP here at the end of year number 3. We end up with a record of 57 and 25. Of course, we were shooting for 55 plus. That certainly falls within that category. AJ DeBance is your rookie of the year. He is in Los Angeles. Matas Buzelis, 6th man, really? Chet Holmgren is your depoy. Ace Bailey, most improved player. Tyrese Halliburton, clutch player of the year. Mark Daigneault, 63 wins for the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, it is going to be a battle here. We're not even the 1 seed. The fucking Wizards. Oh, no. Honey, you're not. Okay. Let's get into it. Let's take a look at the stats, see how everybody played for us. Points per game are led by Cade Cunningham. Cooper Flagg, again, continues to emerge as just a star in this league. Alex Sarr continuing to get better. You take a look at his numbers and his splits from every single season. That field goal percentage is certainly getting better. The three-point percentage still isn't really there, but that's fine. Thompson, Carrington, Coulibaly, Kispert, Reed, Stewart, and then George. Rebounds per game are led by Sarr, and assists was Thompson. So, first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. We were once again a 2 seed. Last year we were 2 seed. Things went pretty well for us. It is the Toronto Raptors. Quickly, Dick. Whoa, hang on a minute. Markkanen's a nice addition. Scotty Barnes, Jaden Quintance? Cool. RJ Barrett, Jacoby Walter, Dennis Schroeder. All right, good depth there in Toronto. Let's see what happens here in the first round of the playoff. Quick 2-1 lead for us. We go up 3-1. We close them out in 5. Good start. Brooklyn Nets as a 6 seed. All right, look at this team right here. Shout out to Brooklyn Nets, man. I've actually liked their offseason quite a bit. I give them a lot of credit. I give Sean Marsh a lot of credit. The Nets do not do a lot of smart things. They've had a very smart offseason. Let's get into it. We quickly win game 1, win game 2. They do win game 3. We win 4. We're in the East Finals. We are back in the East Finals, baby. It is the 1 seed Charlotte Hornets. We just took a look at their roster. It is LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller. They're both extremely talented. There's some nice complementary pieces, but I think we just have more firepower. I really do. I believe that. So we're down 2-1, though. Tie it up at 2-2. Go down 3-2. Force game 7. Lose game 7. Okay. A disappointing end to another super promising season in the Spurs. Oh boy, this demon has finally awoken, and it is time for him to run this league. All right. Wow, KD, Steph Curry. This is my fucking childhood right here. And Russ. Oh, CJ McCollum. Fuck the hell out of the CBA. He screwed that thing. Him and Grant Williams. Whose idea was that? Who put Grant Williams in charge of something important? All right, a lot of Hall of Famers here. Jimmy Butler's a Hall of Famer, whether you like it or not. Russ. Oh, no, Russ is here. Okay. Let's get into jersey retirements. Russ, KD, Curry, draft lottery. I don't think we traded for any picks that could possibly be lottery selections. I don't see a Wizards logo anywhere. So does this... They just won the fucking finals. Okay. God, that fucking trade for DeJounte Murray is going to bite the Hawks in the ass. All right, staff signing. Mike Stauffer, obviously very happy with the job he's done. I'm really hoping next year can be the year, right? And then we can turn on. We had a really fast start to this rebuild, but if we don't win next year, pressure certainly comes out. What are we, the Thunder? What was his 18 fucking second-round picks? All right, I know a lot of these are valuable. I am going to draft somebody at 27. What I'm actually going to do, let's just cut the shit here for a second. All right, 27. We're going to do this. I know this is probably taking up a lot of your precious time. I know this video is already long enough, but I'm going to sit here. Let's just start, I don't know, say pick, 14, 13, 15, something like that. Whoever has the first one. Let's start at 12. Can I get 12? I got 12. All right, maybe I'll get a rotation piece with that. I'm certainly not going to use 28, so let's just move on from that as well. I've done 85 trades with the 76ers, but who cares? All right, number 12. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you fine people and pretend I know who any of these people are. So, cool. Alex Costanza. Any relation to George? All right, welcome to the team. 76 overall. All right, team player options. I am going to bring back Stewart. He's somebody I could maybe look to upgrade as he does enter his final year of his contract. Koulibaly and Thompson both entering restricted free agency. I would certainly like to bring back our 2 and our 3 guards. So, you got Giannis here in free agency. We've got $26 million in cap. Unfortunately, we'd have to pretty much greatly screw up this team if we wanted any shot. So, let's just pay Thompson. Let's pay Koulibaly. Retain our guys that have been very key to the success of this team so far. And I think there is 1 or 2 bench moves coming. We're making a deal here with the New York Knicks, and we are acquiring Robert Williams. People do not understand how good healthy Robert Williams was in 2022. You had to be there to see it. Now, I understand health is pretty much the biggest factor in all of these things, but when healthy, obviously we don't play with injuries on, Robert Williams is a very, very good basketball player. We're making a deal to acquire him, not only because he is on a multi-year deal, but we are looking for a little bit of an upgrade in terms of our backup center. Nothing wrong with Reed, nothing wrong with Stewart, but they're both expiring, and Rob Will is ultimately an upgrade. So you're probably asking me, what are you doing with the backup power forward spot? It's simple. Alex Costanza is 6'9", and move him to the power forward spot. He goes down 1 overall. Get the young man some playing time. So yeah, that's the team. I don't know who Jack Sims here is. Is that a tan? Okay, I'm not even going to ask. I'll see you guys at the start of year number 4. I think it's now safe to say we're no longer one of those fun young teams that has just been overachieving for a few seasons. This is a group that is clearly talented enough to win a championship, and the time is now, right? We don't want to apply serious pressure come year 5. This group has the talent. We have got to get it done. It is Cade Cunningham, Amen Thompson, Bilal Koulibaly, Cooper Flagg, who I thought would be going up even more. Alex Sarr's up to a 90, which is just beautiful to see. Bub Carrington remains my 6th man. We obviously brought in Rob Will. Still got Corey Kispert, Keyshawn George, and then we drafted Alex Costanza. He'll be my backup power forward. So yeah, that's the team, right? We're very well spread out. We got a lot of young talent as well. I think this team can definitely get it done. I'll see you guys at the end of the 4th season here in DC. By far our best regular season record yet. We go 69-13. This demon is finally taking over the league. Well, he did win a finals MVP and a championship last year. You get the point. We're not playing for regular season wins at this point, right? We had a fun, cute 2-year run where we maybe overachieved a little bit. Time is now, folks. Time is money. Tyron Stokes, I'm not going to pretend to know who this is, but he's your rookie of the year in Golden State. I like the tattoos, young man. T-Jane, I always fuck up his name. T-John Saloon? Wemby's your D-boy. Jaden Quintaint. John Morant, Coach Player of the Year. Mike Stafford does get Coach of the Year. So that's our first Coach of the Year, right? That is the first time that has happened, meaning in all likelihood we do have the best record in the league. I mean, 69 wins. You would think so, but you never know these days with the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Spurs, all that fun stuff. Here's a look at the numbers. Feel free to pause at this point in time. I don't really care who does what. You all know this. You get the same speech every video. I just want to win a fucking championship. It is us and the 76ers. Maxey, Rozier, Bryson, Tilly, Tobias. Oh my God, they brought Harris back. I think 76ers fans would actually cause a riot if Tobias Harris ended up back in Philadelphia. Obviously, Embiid there as well. Pretty tough first-round matchup. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a pretty talented group for an 8 seed. Maybe not. Move on to the East semis. It is now us and the New York Knicks. They have certainly been in the mix pretty much this entire video. They now have Nick Claxton here as well. But other than that, there's really no. Keldon Johnson as well. Maybe a few major changes. All right, here goes nothing in the East semifinals. Quick 2-0 lead for us. We go up 3-0. Another sweep. Yet to lose a playoff game as we approach the Eastern Conference Finals. It is us and the Indiana Pacers. Really nothing different from the time we saw them last year, and we beat them, correct? No, we lost to them. Did we win? I don't know. No, we lost the Hornets. We did beat the Pacers. Okay, up 3-1. We now are in the NBA Finals, and we have the Utah Jazz. Wow. Let's take a look at the Jazz. Keontae George, Desmond Bane, Cody Williams, Evan Mobley, Kessler, Cam Boozer. Oh, my God. That's a lot of talent. All right, drop game. No. 2K. Oh, I'm so sad. That sucks. Okay, well, the pressure is about as high as it can be now. We are entering the... Oh, my God, James Harden calling here. Draymond Green, wow. We're entering the final season. This is it. James, you're telling me Draymond Green's not a Hall of Famer? If you do not think Draymond Green's a Hall of Famer, do not talk basketball ever with anybody. I don't really care. He's 1,000% Hall of Famer. All right, let's get into it. Draft lottery. Pretty much nothing I would almost guarantee. It is the Lakers, the Bulls, Hawks, 76ers, and the Nets. Staff signing. Oh, look, I'm happy with Mike Stafford. You quite literally cannot get a better coach than him, but I think it's a safe bet that we've come up just a little short. I think a championship was well within reach last season. We obviously did not get that. We do have the 18th overall pick. I am not going to do this with the 76ers. I'll do it with the Timberwolves. I'll draft somebody there. I'm not going to lie to you. I think this is going to be, a trade piece, whoever it is going to be. So, Reese Alston, who's probably 13, 14 years old right now. All right, welcome to the team. He's a 73 overall. Team player options. Jack Sims. Oh, yeah, this is our... Okay, no, we're going to pass. Cooper Flagg, obviously, yes. Jalen Pickett, no. And then we enter a free agency class with, wow, Booker's here. Alex Sarr, oh my God. Okay, well, wait a minute. Did I not qualify Alex Sarr? I mean, he has no offer, so I'm not worried about it, but why would Alex Sarr not be restricted? Did I not? Actually, I can tell you. No, he just, okay, that's very fucking weird. But let me make sure I get this man back. And then I also got to make sure I retain, all these guys are basically unrestricted, but none of them have offers, so it doesn't matter. All right, we're not going to renounce Keyshawn George. We want to make sure we get him back as well. And then he's our final piece. And then we are going to make a trade. I don't know what the move is going to be, but I think we need at least one upgrade on this group. I do not want to trade Robert Williams, and I don't even think Franz Wagner is such a serious upgrade over Bilal Coulibaly, but we have to get somebody on this team who can be really impactful, a little bit more offensively. I think Franz Wagner will be that. So this is what I'm offering. All these players have to be in here to make the money work. We only had to give up one draft pick, and right now we're kind of just chilling here. So I'm going to start Wagner. Coulibaly will come off the bench. Unfortunately, I think George is on his way out because I have to trade for some sort of big man. And then I'm going to hopefully sign, either a backup center or a backup power forward. So, look, I didn't want to trade him. I thought he was good, and I need to do something. Nikola Jovic is perfectly fine by me. And then looking at our center options here, a guy like Jalen Smith, more than good with me. All right, that is going to be the group entering the final season. Again, we get a little bit more offensive focus in the starting lineup. I think it's going to work out. After the run we had in year 2 all the way to the NBA Finals, where we lost to a really good Oklahoma City Thunder team in 6 games, I certainly did not think we'd be at the point in year 5 where we'd be sweating out a do-or-die championship. But that is the situation we find ourselves in now, my friends. And this is a group that is clearly talented enough, right? Nobody's going to sit here and deny that. It's just whether or not everything can click and everything fits right. And I think it does. It is Cunningham, Thompson, Wagner, Flagg, and Sarr. Bench unit Coulibaly slides back to the bench. Still got Bub Carrington, Nikola Jovic, Jalen Smith, and Corey Kispert. So, I mean, it's an 81-plus overall 10-man rotation. It clearly should be talented enough. I'll see you guys at the end of the 5th in final season. 74-8. That wraps up year 5. It's the best record in NBA history. Who gives a flying fuck? It's time to win a championship, my friends. Wemby's your MVP. Isaac Hayes, let's just cut the bullshit. Nobody knows who that is. Cameron Boozer's your 6th man of the year. Wemby, your depoy. Elijah Arenas, most improved. Liam McNeely, clutch player of the year. Stauffer, coach of the year once again. Fantastic. I'm loving life. It's always great to win 74-plus games and have the best record in the history of the sport. But ultimately, we are in a do-or-die situation. We have 3 guys who do average 21-plus points per game. Sarr leads us in boards, Thompson in assists. Round 1. It is us and the Detroit Pistons. Luka's a fucking Piston? Oh, save me the bullshit. Come on. Don't do that. There's no way. No, they have the best player in the series. I'm not going to deny that. We're a better team. We go up 3-1. That was a big game. Close them out in 5. Brooklyn Nets. Dylan Harper, Strother, Reza Shea, Kel Ware, Miles Turner. Doesn't move me nearly enough. Win in 5. Indiana Pacers. Halliburton, Nembhard, Matten. We've beat this team like 4 fucking times now. That went to 7. Holy shit. Okay. Us and the Spurs. This team's won a championship. Nolan Traore, a 92. Stephon Castle, a 90. Isaac Okoro, Carter Bryant, Wembanyama. Oh my God. Please, for the love of God. Good start. Good fucking... Oh, thank God. I was going to be so fucking mad if we did not win that championship. And I know you are probably all like, give me some fucking gameplay, asshole. Well, not only do I suck, this video's probably been like 2 hours long. And I'm stressed, man. I want to eat some fucking dinner. Come on. All right, this one was fun. I can't believe that Alex Sarr is still only 23. He's 93 overall already. But no, I like the 5-year prospect rebuilds. Obviously, for those of you who are into longer videos and videos where I can kind of play things out a little bit more, I don't have to rush to make so many blockbuster trades or anything like that. These are for you. If you like short and quick and to the point, and the videos of mine that are only 20 minutes, these probably aren't the best thing for you. But that's why we mix it up. That's why we have all sorts of different content here. Well, no, we kind of do the same thing every day, but you get the point. Let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. Yes, I will be getting to all the prospect rebuilds. If you're still watching right now, you're fucking goated, by the way. Somebody asked me, or a couple people did, they were like, can you just do the prospect rebuilds in order? And I certainly can. I have so far. I've done 1. I've done 2. So we'll see how the rest of these go, but let me know anything else you want to see other than prospect rebuilds. And I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.